How's it going, everybody? Tyler Schwartz here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about kind of the other important half to Irish dancing, and that's posture. It's a super important part of Irish dancing. Without getting into like the history of it all, my translation of why Irish dancers have their arms down like that is to make the dancing look impressive, you know? Irish dancing's an art form of making crazy, chaotic dance moves look easy, and if your upper body isn't reacting and responding to that craziness, it looks more difficult. Figured I'd give you a few more pointers in posture and how to improve that. The biggest one I can tell you if you want to improve your posture on a specific step or trick is, first thing, you gotta get stronger with that trick or that dance. You gotta know it inside and out. You gotta get that dance in your bones, so to speak. So if you've only done that jig step you're trying to work on, you've only done it like 10 or 20 times, practice the heck out of it until you've done it maybe 200, 300 times. Because then it's in your bones, it's in your DNA, and you have better awareness of your body while doing it. You won't focus as much on what's the next trick and what's the next part of the dance, and you'll focus more on the other things, the aesthetics, how to perform the dance better. So it becomes almost more of a performance thing at that point. But also, properly warming up your posture before you dance is super important. And what I lead my dancers through whenever I teach is we do a lot of shoulder rotations and circles to really get all those parts of our upper body nice and warmed up and awake. So some shoulder rotations like that, back and forth, really getting all that ready to go, because otherwise if you're going into it cold, that's not gonna work out very well for you either. Okay, now when you're doing that rotation, you'll start to notice and while your arms, it is important like to focus on your arms, you'll notice there's a lot more going on in your back than your arms. And so that'd be kind of my next big tip. So get the step in your bones, warm up your shoulders, and really think about your back muscles. You know, when you bring your shoulders back and your arms back, your back is doing a lot of that work. So putting your mind muscle connection to your back could make some huge improvements in your posture, okay? So really focusing on your back and opening that up is a huge thing, okay? I'm not a personal trainer, but I would say maybe some light back exercises, if you can do a pull-up, but other things like that could make a huge improvement as well. When we put our arms back, we also don't wanna like overstrain it as far back. You never really wanna go 110% in Irish dancing. You always wanna go for a controlled 90%. Because then you're comfortable and you can sustain that more, okay? So not this, just to the side. And while we're here, I always close my hands and thumbs outside. Now some people do that. I feel like there's a little bit more control with that, and I put the thumbs forward. So I don't do this. The second I do this, the elbows start to kick out. So you wanna make sure those thumbs are forward, okay? And from there, it's just practicing how to stay in this position. Kind of piggybacked onto the first tip, getting the dances in your bones. If you want to practice your posture, I wouldn't, think about my posture and then go into like the craziest step out there. I would probably do the simplest thing. I would do, focus on my posture, just doing like walk exercises, simple walk exercises or simple jumping exercises, keeping that posture where it needs to be. And a vertical mirror, a couple bucks at Walmart, can do all the self awareness you need basically to check the posture and make sure that nothing is moving and nothing is being used. Same thing with like turnout or any other like quality in Irish dancing. You start, you gotta walk, or you gotta crawl before you walk, and you gotta walk before you run. So you work your way up and build that posture. But it's definitely a focus level, and there's like 30 different things you have to focus on in Irish dancing, and that's physically impossible. So certain things have to be automatic. Posture can become automatic. I tell you, it's something that I don't really think about too much anymore. But to get to that point, I really had to put in the work, put in the focus, put in all of that stuff. And it's always kind of ground zero with new steps and whatnot, having to go through all those things and making sure my posture is where it needs to be. But over time, it'll come. Anyways, I hope these tips were any help to you. If they were, hit a like button. I really would appreciate that. Subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Pew.